Hi everyone, welcome to the Career Gossip Podcast, episode number 37. Um, as per usual, we're going to have a quick catch up and then we're going to get into today's topics. Um, so yeah, also just to give you a heads up that we have a new format. So once a week we will be covering topics like we do, but also once a week we will be doing we will be covering other stuff outside of the media. So if you saw our last episode last week where we covered Cecil B. Demented, that's the kind of format we're going to be doing once a week. Just to break things up because it gets kind of
To not make
tiring.
me want to fucking kill myself.
Yeah. Just to break up
It's
so
like,
that we're not constantly, either angry, sad, pissed off,
ah,
and it negatively affects our own mental health. So that's our new format going forward. So I wanted to put that out there at the start.
um,
So yeah, how's your week been?
which is cool. Um, how has my week been? A lot. No, it's been kind of it's been cool. I went to dinner at a friend's place yesterday. I've been working. I've been writing a lot. I've been just uh, boyfriend was here the other day, which was fun. Um, and I've also I get more like you see, I've put up some
Yeah.
posters, so now this looks like a, teenage boys room. It's actually what the fuck. I need my header poster somewhere. There's also I've just put posters. I also bought a watch. I've never owned a watch before. But I have a tick that is like I will look at my wrist as if I'm wearing a watch, and I've been doing that for literally my entire life, and I don't know what. So now I actually can see the time when I do that shit. But other than that, it's kind of been uneventful, I think. Uh, I've been like art wise, I've been doing a fucking shit ton of art projects. I counted them. I actually listed them the other day, and I think I have 13 projects running right now.
Yeah, that's like
I have a novel.
yeah, that's like my friend. He has multiple projects on the go, and like
He doesn't. Does it work? He doesn't crash. Please tell me he doesn't fucking crash.
he does he
Because I
does
need to know that this
he
shit works.
he he does now and again, but
Yeah,
he
yeah.
like
So do I.
that's also a way for him to keep busy by being creative. So it's a blessing and a curse.
Yeah, and you, if you've seen my shit, you know that that's not a choice that I do that shit. Like that's compulsion. That's
Yeah,
compulsion. Um, um, it's not. But yeah, so I'm currently working on another short film, which I am not ready yet to tell what it's about, but I will the second I am. I will definitely force us to watch the trailer on air
yeah,
when I'm done with it. When I'm done with the trailer, but so I have that, and other than that, I have my the next book I'm going to write, which is called actually it's called That London Thing. I guess this would be the translation because it's about a guy who goes to London to wait and he he fucks off away from his girlfriend until she does an abortion, basically, and just ignores her until she will like
Okay.
just have an abortion,
Oh,
because he's a fucking piece of shit. It's written in like the last book that I wrote. I kind of wrote it with how horrible can you make a main character while still making them sympathetic. So like I had a rule which was that the main character of that one could never do anything to harm anyone, but he also didn't care if that was the result of his actions. Like he never did it because he wanted to harm someone, but like if he did something he wanted to do and it harmed someone, he didn't really care about it. And it's sort of the entire book is basically centering around people not caring about one of their closest friends committing suicide. So it's a fun book. But
yeah.
this one I do how far can you take it without them getting uninteresting? Like so I
Right.
can push it a bit further now. And he's such a narcissistic piece of shit, and he has footnotes as well. Like he speaks in footnotes, and will like just constantly lie.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
he's the narrator, and it takes 6 pages until we even know that it's the main first person narrative, because he's disassociating the back of a cat. But yeah, so that's what I've been doing, and I've also been working on porn, and I am actually because I bought a deck of tarot cards, like my first deck of tarot cards, because I don't really believe in it, but I have a lot of friends that do. So I bought this, and I am going to uh, re. I'm going to reassign the meanings because, like, they clearly don't work. I know that from my friends having like fucking done it to me a bunch of time and having done it to themselves, and it's just vague nonsense. So I think that if I can find a new, like, arcana or like a new meaning for the arcana,
Yeah.
uh, I'll actually help people. And so I've been like trying to do that. I don't know why. And also I've been like drawing a lot and just going on a lot of walks, which is yeah. So oh, and I'm learning 3D modeling, like in Blender.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm either
You.
in a manic period, or
Yeah.
or I'm
Yeah.
genuinely a fucking
Yeah.
no. But yeah, it's so as you can hear, and I missed a bunch. I actually bought my first bullet journal to like not jot these down. Oh yeah, I'm writing a short story collection as well. Um. So yeah, I'm
Yeah.
about 5 seconds
You're.
away from a burnout. I guess I hope.
Yeah. Yeah. Um.
But
Yeah.
it's been
So
fun.
you've
What
got.
have you been up to?
Um. I've just been doing coursework. Um. For those of you that don't know, I'm studying psychology and child psychology. So
Oh, yeah.
it's been a lot of
You,
coursework, a lot of note taking. So I've been doing that. Um,
I, I'm fucking serious. We've been doing this shit for a year now, and I've never actually asked you what the fuck it is you're studying.
no, so I sometimes forget myself because I think I'm going through like a phase of like I'll do something and then I'll just drop off and I'll do something else and it's
Yeah.
like, but yeah, no,
Like
that's
child
fine.
development is like, yeah, child
Yeah,
development. I studied that shit when I
yeah,
became a teacher, and that's cool. Like that's
um,
fun. Like doing that more involved would be really cool.
yeah, and I'm also doing with my friends. We're doing a movie project, which I'm not going to
Oh,
mention
cool.
because it's a secret. So
Oh,
until we've got it all wrapped up, and so yeah, I've been busy.
I give it 3 years, and this is just our
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah,
um, uh,
yeah.
oh yeah,
Um,
I'm also doing like a video essay.
oh, awesome.
If it started out as a, like me just needing to explain why the butterfly effect is the worst film of all time, and
Yeah,
now it's like ballooned into this 90-minute fucking script, and I call it I call it the butterfly defect, and I am so fucking happy with that.
yeah.
Sorry, I cut you off. I
No,
just
that's all right.
realized that. But a movie project. But that's pretty cool.
Yeah, all I'm gonna say is that it centers around mental health,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm gonna give away until we do come to do a trailer, and
Yeah.
I can then obviously do the same. What you're gonna do is I'll put it up on air and we can review it. But yeah,
Oh yeah,
um,
yeah, yeah, definitely.
but
I
yeah,
love
I've been
I
doing
love
that.
art.
Yeah, I've been doing that. Of course, to you know make me laugh, chuckle. I go on Twitter just for shits and giggles. To see what's happening. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Well, it's the worst place in the world.
yeah. But yeah, I
I'm
just
actually locked out of Twitter right now on my main account.
yeah. Well, it's probably a good thing, really, because it gives you a break from all that shit. Um, it's
I
gone on.
I, I think it's rather because I said once again told someone to
Yeah,
kill.
yeah. Well,
But it's this time it was that one where like did you see the interview with the porn like the interview that like OnlyFans porn star did with her brother,
I
and
think
she was like, "Are people bullying you?" And like,
yeah.
yeah, some people
I
just
saw.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, because then like the caption to that it was like from that Internet Hall of Fame bullshit piece of shit,
right. Okay.
and they had written like she single-handedly ruined her brother's life, and like no, it's the guy who shows no out of the two people, like the girl who like does porn, I guess, or the guy who shows someone a picture of the sister's cunt. Yeah, I'm not going to say that she's the one who ruins his life,
No.
but yeah, I just said if you truly believe that, you should actually consider killing yourself. And like that stayed up and got reactions before it got deleted. I don't know how the fuck that didn't get auto lock, but then I got the 7 days suspension. So I'm on my backup account for the time being, and yeah, I don't know. It's been fun. I also just lied on there today. I just told a lie and pretended it was a fact about Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
I
yeah,
didn't realize it sounded plausible when I wrote it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Uh,
I've taken a little bit of a detox off Twitter for probably the past 4 or 5 days. I mean, I've tweeted out, I've tweeted or occasionally, but because I've been so busy doing something else, I haven't had time. But it's like fuck me.
yeah.
It's
Am
been
I
ta- it's
sounding good
been
now?
yeah, it's been taken over by stupid fucking people who clearly don't
I've been
understand
getting like
biology.
so. I thought I saw Kelly A. Keen for the first time. Do I sound good now? Because now I have my microphone plugged in. This is I'm like I don't know. I still don't know how these fucking things work. But yeah, I saw Kelly J. Keen for the first time in ages on Twitter. Like, my algorithm, like for the last months have been so great. That's kind of why you don't see me getting into as many fights. I don't
Yeah,
see as many shit people, so I just like I just talk about movies and like fuck with people and like just make silly jokes
yeah,
and that's lie.
yeah,
Uh, but yeah,
yeah. I, it's like
it's
I replied. When was it? It might have been about 3 or maybe 4 days ago at this point. But I replied to something that was completely uninformed and the usual bullshit. And lo
yeah.
and behold, um, the one and only Mr. Potato Head himself replied,
Oh,
and
I
he
missed
said,
that.
"Yeah," and he said, "What makes males women?" And so I replied, you
it's
know,
fucking brain deficiency. I don't know.
yeah, like, clearly, and I said, well, Mr. Potato Head, gender dysphoria, all of it, right?
Yeah.
And someone else replied saying that doesn't explain. I'm like, well, yes, it does.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and he hasn't
Yeah.
responded,
Yeah.
and he hasn't responded yet, which is usual for him, which is quite usual for him.
Yeah.
But
He
yeah,
does. Of course, it's not going to respond. Like you fucking hell. And like, what makes? Who cares?
exactly.
Um. Oh. But no. Good news. Like in I've started coming out. I told my boss I'm like because I'm finally starting hormones.
Oh,
Like
congratulations.
I'm waiting on them in the fucking mail. So like I've told like my boss now.
Yeah,
Uh, mail with an I. I will say MAIL. I'm waiting for, but like yeah, I'm getting my yeah I am to I get them posted from like the other part of the fucking world, but yeah it's nice and like people have been really cool about it, and then like half of them have just looked at me and like, I thought you told us that.
yeah,
Like because I am like I have been a transvestite for ages, but I haven't been open trans. And the way I've said it is just that I like say I'm starting hormones.
yeah,
Um, so yeah, I haven't told any of the students yet. Probably like that's like that's another issue.
yeah,
And I don't really care about that, but like actually the colleagues might actually uh, be a bit. Uh, it's nice to let them know.
yeah,
It's one of those like signs of trust or something, like some gay bullshit like that. But it's been so yeah, kind of I don't know. I've kind of kicked my fucking transition into high gear because I've been treading water for a long time, which is why one of the reasons why I've been depressed for like the year. Like I've felt like I haven't been in a good place this year, and you know how you don't realize that until you get out from it.
yeah,
Yeah, I was like the other weekend. I just looked at my friends and like I just looked around. I was at the party and I'm happy.
yeah,
So yeah, like that's and like you can hear it in the last episode as well. I think like I'm genuinely fucking happy in that episode. I'm giddy,
yeah,
which is so
yeah. It's
like I
like,
I didn't know I had the giddy.
yeah,
I didn't know I had that. I'm looking for my eyebrow pen. I'm sorry.
yeah. It's like, like I said, I think I said in one of our, older episodes, because we're on episode 37 now. You know, your happiness is the most important on your journey. And if everyone is along for the ride, including your friends, then that's a bonus. But really, all that matters is your happiness and how it makes you feel. So that's the most important thing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And like most people, most people, whether they understand it or not, are cool with it. Like
Yeah,
because the thing is, like, uh, human beings are such a fucking social animal that we will always pick like uh, uh, the tribe. Like we will
yeah,
always defend the tribe. And in this case, like these people have known me for 8 years. They know I'm a fucking they know I'm a fucking insane person. But like they know who I am, and that even the ones who like I've heard have questionable views on it before haven't like made any noise, and it doesn't seem like they just shut up because like they don't want to make a fuss. It genuinely seems like that they finally met a fucking trans person.
yeah. Yeah, it's like
So that's like,
it's like yeah, those people. It's only until they are confronted with that trans person that it's almost as if they lose their inability to speak and talk.
what a, what a fucking experience. The first trans person you encounter, and it's me.
It's like, oh right, so you can run your mouth online, but when you
Yeah,
actually meet a trans person in real life, you actually lose your ability to speak,
yeah.
which is
I
interesting.
and like in some cases, it's definitely that they're like, oh wait, trans people are actually human. Maybe we should genocide them.
Yeah,
But then there's also like the cases of just like, oh wait, I turned out to be a fucking coward today.
yeah,
And like, guess
and
which one I don't respect.
yeah, and not to mention, you know, um, turfs like Graham Linehan, they can't even tell the difference between a cis woman and a trans man. Like they can't tell the
Oh
difference.
no,
So
no,
the so the so the so the hilarious nature in their ideology is oh no, cis men
yeah, it's
like trans women are men. Like, well, no,
genuinely
no,
the biggest fucking nonsense
yeah,
people on the planet. Like, how the fuck? How does your fucking brain function
I don't know,
if you look at the Graham Lineal if you look at Graham Lineal's posts and you think, yeah, this is the sign that I'm going to fucking join.
yeah,
What the fuck happened
yeah.
to you?
And
Like,
for those
Jesus
li
Christ, how?
yeah, for those listening, and I'm not the only person this has happened to, but if you want a red flag as to how stupid they are,
Has it happened again?
yeah, they have misgendered me on multiple occasions for a
But
trans
it's
woman.
not just that they misgent. It's not just
Well,
that they
yeah,
misgent you. They think you're a trans woman.
yeah. So
Like,
if you need a red flag, just look at me, right? I'm clearly not trans. Yeah, they misgender me, and I'm not doing the one.
yeah,
That's how
yeah.
stupid they are.
And like, you're especially not a fucking trans woman. What trans woman would have? Like, I know it's a common thing that trans
Yeah,
women have beards like before they start transitioning. I didn't because I can't grow a beard because like genes made me happy.
yeah,
And now I mean genes as in my genetics,
yeah.
not the gene jacket. Like, yeah,
And if you notice, they don't. If you notice, they don't give a trans men all of this crap. It's only trans women,
yeah. But that's
which
because
is kind
trans
of
men are
weird.
like, they do give the lawyer a lot of shit, but that's
Yeah,
probably because he's so fucking vocal.
well, yeah, well, that's
I
what
love that.
Yeah, it's
He doesn't fuck
it,
around. I like
yeah.
that.
It's only because you know he actually um. I mean, he has more patience than me. I give him that because he actually tries to
Yes,
explain.
fuck got a lot more patience than I do as well.
Yeah, yeah. Um, but
Uh,
yeah, um,
boyfriend says that like I've started to like jump up a roof part of my debate skills a lot earlier, and I don't know if that's true, but it probably is. I could
yeah,
probably go way faster to like just die.
yeah. It's like just as you were coming on, I went on Twitter and I looked at the reply
Yeah,
because I
yeah,
haven't looked at the notifications for like 5 days, and one of them
yeah.
was like, "What is the?" Wait, let me go on to it, and then we'll actually get into the actual episode. But this is
I'm
just
just going to
like,
start asking them. Yeah,
yeah,
I don't know. Like this is fun meandering, but I'm just
yeah.
going to start asking them what's the square root of pi. I don't know why.
This
That's my
person
shtick.
called shit underscore n underscore gig shits and giggles. Um,
Yeah,
says what procedure currently takes place that allows a person to go from producing the large gametes to the small gamut or vice versa. And bear in mind, if you go onto his profile, he says, mostly I speak shit. Take me seriously at your own risk. Volunteer
That sounds like a
curator
reasonable
of
person.
the insult dirt tard. So
What?
having read that, I said, since you have taken me seriously at your own risk in your bio, I have no plan on taking your anti-trans turfy people seriously at all. So do us
Yeah.
both a favor and fuck off.
At least like he jumps to the end of like where I am at because like I don't take them seriously. Like as people, like I don't know if they're human.
Yeah. And he's just
But I don't know.
replied, because you cannot supply a process or procedure that achieves the suggested premise, it doesn't exist. Therefore, humans cannot change sex. Well, they can, and they've done it throughout
Uh,
history. And then he said, rather than attempting to undermine a person, why not work on the argument? Well, I'm sorry, shits and giggles, right? You're not interested in an argument, you fucking arsehole.
like, and you're not undermining a person; you're undermining him.
Yeah, but it's funny. But it's funny how he actually, it's like him saying, "Oh, don't take me seriously at your own risk." Okay, so I won't.
Yeah.
Job done.
But they can never do that shit
They
because
write them themselves. That's how
yeah,
stupid you are. Take me seriously
yeah,
at your own risk. Okay, so I won't. Goodbye.
like,
Fuck
that's
off.
shit. But they are also bad at that because like I do have sort of like a bio that now I just think I have like co-host, but that was because I deleted my entire bio after the
Mm.
sexual assault. But like I do have like a bio that I think makes me kind of impossible to take seriously. I do not know how so many people do it. And that's from so like when they see that shit written in other people's bios, they always take them seriously.
Yeah,
So I think it's just that they're completely fucking incompetent. Actually, I
yeah.
had one who said that I was boring and bad at insults.
Boring, no. Bad at insults, no.
Yeah, like
In fact, right, if people want a side by side, right, Max is probably more good at insults than me because I only use like either fuck because like
I
if
have
you want the
I have
insult,
long insults.
yeah, if you want the insult queen, look at Max. If you want to look at me, who
Oh,
simply tells people to fuck off when they constantly repeat themselves, then
yeah,
you know. But by all
I
means,
did.
do follow us on Twitter
Yeah,
because
we do. I'm fine.
yeah,
It's bubblegum Barbie.
yeah, yeah. Because I tell you something, you won't miss out because I've been involved in this turfy bullshit for like the past 3 years. I can't believe my
Yeah,
account is 3 years old now. Fuck's sake, fucking hell.
I can't
Um,
believe my account is actually 1 year old now.
yeah. But it's like
Oh wait,
yeah,
this is my old account. It's my first account.
yeah, yeah. Um,
I,
and for those asking, because I know for a fact we have some turfy people hate watching our YouTube videos. I know that for a fact. But so if
yeah,
you're
I know. I see
watching,
the comments. I
yeah,
ignored them to death.
yeah. So if you're watching, right, I'm gonna put this out there. I only have two accounts. My main one and the podcast one. But
I
I don't have multiple accounts. Like they're called sock accounts, unlike Graham Linham. So I'm just
I
putting
don't
that
know
there.
how people like. It's so easy. Like the funniest shit is when people like will like you. I will be in a discussion with someone, and like another person will. I think the last time it happened, it was like Gandalf, that Gandalf the Gay or whatever his name is,
Oh yeah,
or something. When they accused us of being sock accounts, and like I have a very specific way of phrasing. Like
yeah,
I haven't seen someone have that same way of phrasing. You know if it's me.
yeah,
And I don't know. I think it's kind of funny. it shows that they're bad at reading because like.
Yeah.
But
And you know what the funny thing
why would I
is?
have soccer accounts? I have fucking
Yeah,
70 followers.
yeah. And the thing is, right? So these people are bad at reading, right? By a long stretch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the one who's got dyslexia. Go figure. Yeah, I can hold my own any day
Oh,
with these people.
you have dyslexia.
Yeah, I've been dyslexic since I was a kid. Yeah,
Now I feel like such a piece
so
of
me,
shit because I have actually never spelled dyslexia right.
yeah, so me, who sometimes struggles to read things, right, or struggles to write occasionally, right? If me, the dyslexia one over here, if I can hold my own against these turfs, at how bad their biology is, which is like probably primary school level,
Yeah.
then that's saying something.
Get basic biology. Go past basic biology, motherfucker.
Yeah,
I love. I'm not dyslexic. I'm just lazy as shit, and I will do
yeah,
typos galore whenever. Like I said that to a boyfriend at some point, like recently. Like at some point, I really should start proofreading my fucking tweets, and he just silent for a bit, and I'm like, I think it's kind of a part of your brand now that you can't spell, which is weird because like language is what I'm really good at, but for some reason I hate typing on the phone, which also makes it a bit interesting that I do like 20 tweet
yeah.
threads.
You see, the thing is,
But
the thing with me is, and it's something that I found out, and I've learned how to um incorporate it. If I was
yeah,
to write, if I was to write on paper, first of all, my writing isn't always clear for a start,
huh?
and sometimes my spelling isn't always accurate. I mean, I can always go. I can always go back in and somewhat. Whereas if I'm on a laptop or my phone, when I'm typing something out, I can always like. I don't use autocorrect, but I can always go back in. So for me, it's
uh,
a lot easier for me to be on my phone or my laptop. So
yeah.
that's how I get around things. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't
I
matter what.
still have
Yeah,
I
go on.
still have autocorrect. I still have autocorrect activated. I don't know fucking why because I hate autocorrect. It will because
Yeah,
like autocorrect doesn't like you swearing either,
no, it doesn't.
and I'm a bit of a sweary person.
Oh yeah, I've got a sailor's mouth. So yeah,
Yeah,
um,
yeah. And I, there was like I read someone else's tweets to boyfriend, and he just looks at me and was that one of yours? Like, no, it wasn't. It was someone else. Like,
yeah,
oh yeah, because there was no fuck.
yeah, yeah,
uh,
yeah,
which like I don't know. I just talk like that. Like you, it's funny. It's funny when people think that I'm angry because I swear a lot, and then you see like my tweets talking about things that I like as well, and it's
yeah,
still just me. Like,
yeah,
uh, I'm just foul mouthed.
yep,
And I'm the same at work as well. Like I because I don't know. It comes naturally to me.
yeah. So yeah, there's if you want a tagline in a sentence, that's it. You have two people who have a sailor's mouth. Um, we our patience isn't that high, especially when talking to stupid people. Like we're all for hearing other people's different opinions, but we're all for
Yeah.
that. But we're not gonna stand for misinformation, disinformation, and hate towards the community. We're not
And
gonna
also,
stand for it.
like I want to hear people's opinions, but if I
Yeah,
think that those opinions are dumb, then I'm going to say that they're dumb. And like, because there have been like moments where people have followed me and then gotten really angry when they ended up in a discussion with me, and I still like I talk the same way. Like don't tend to tell them to kill themselves because it doesn't matter when that
Yeah.
happens. But it's like that I have this sort of I think they get mad that the whole I am the best person in the world isn't an act, and that I am
Yeah.
just kind of a fucking narcissist.
Yeah.
Because yeah, that's not an act. It's me playing it up, but I am definitely that way. Like I am a bad person.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah, shall we?
yeah.
Topic?
All right. So the first one is a Drag Race star confirmed for Dragula season 6. So Drag Race Down Under star Yuri Guai has been announced for Dragula season 6, as well as a returning contestant for the best season yet. Hosted by horror drag icons Drac Mother and Santula Bure, known as the Bure Brothers, Dragula is returning for its 6th season on Shudder. That Shudder is a great platform. I've watched a few
Sorry.
I've watched a few indie horror films on Shudder, and they're
Yeah,
quite good.
yeah, I've
A
heard it.
lot,
I've heard it. You know, like we
yeah.
don't have them in Sweden, and I don't know.
Uh,
Like I can't. Like you can't like join with a VPN because you need a fucking. Oh, you need a place where you live in this country, and like maybe you
that
could.
yeah,
Why do I need to live in the country to sign up?
that's weird. That's weird because you can do that with Netflix with a VPN.
Exactly.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
yeah, that's weird.
but like I
Hope
need an address. That's the thing.
yeah,
Like, yeah.
hopefully
Yeah.
they'll like incorporate that in the future. Hopefully to make it more
Yeah,
accessible.
hopefully it'll come to fucking Sweden in the
Yeah.
future. Like, I
Um.
hate like this is the worst thing about living in this fucking country. Nothing exists.
Yeah.
The fact that I've seen a horror film like makes me kind of
Yeah.
surprised.
Yeah. Along with a couple of cheeky Emmy nominations, Dracula has announced 12 new spooky contestants to demonstrate the tenets of drag, filth, horror, and glamour in a decidedly more bloody competition than RuPaul's Drag Race.
What is Dracula? Oh, it's a horror version of yeah. I heard it when I
Yeah.
said it.
The
Also,
most,
this is on Shudder. I get that.
yeah.
But I haven't seen.
I'm sure you can get the Boulay Brothers like seasons on other platforms that you can get through VPN. The most notable
Probably.
group to be making their way to the Boulay basement for season 6 is a Drag Race alumni, Yuri Guy, now known as just Yuri. Yuri placed 6th on the second season of Drag Race Down Under. Now, I just want to make a comment about Drag Race. I mean, I absolutely love Drag Race, but I
Oh,
mean, there's there's like 16 seasons, and it's like, for fuck's sake, like,
are you shitting me? That's
no,
like
I'm not. And
yeah.
don't
Well,
forget,
it's like kind of like Top Model then. But it's
yeah,
like Top Model had like 7 seasons a year or something. Like I don't know how to. I hate when TV shows that do more than one season a year should like go bankrupt and die.
yeah, because
That's not allowed.
you've got the normal Drag Race, and then obviously you've got spin-offs
Yeah.
like Drag Race, Thailand, Drag Race Sweden, and all of those. You've got All
Oh
Stars.
God, no! Is it a Drag Race Sweden?
Yeah,
this is how involved I am in the culture. I
yeah,
don't. I've never seen.
Drag Race. Yeah, Drag Race Sverige season 1
Yeah.
came out in 2023.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be more seasons of that coming out soon because they always do.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
That's the funniest shit because we had like this Top Model Sweden and it had one season and nobody did it
yeah,
again because it fucking sucked.
yeah,
And then every other.
yeah.
Oh, what is in this?
No,
Is
no.
it flammable?
is now returning as the second Drag Race diva to turn to the dark side after season 5's Jade Jolie appeared on Drag Race season 4. Appearing before the Boulet brothers is the biggest cast ever for the show in what they've described as its best season yet. So
that's good. I good on them.
yeah,
What I hear is like the thing that I like think about when I think about it, like I want to do like it. No, the reason that I don't watch that is like when I watch reality TV, it's the trashy shit.
yeah,
Like and I don't mean trashy shit like Big Brother. I mean trashy shit like there was one British there was one British reality show which had like everyone was straight except one guy who was
I
a gay guy. So they basically had like Find a Faggot, the TV show,
okay, yeah,
which was lovely. But
yeah,
it was like, and then we have like Beauty and the Geek, which is
yeah,
about
yeah,
hot people and nerds
yeah.
fucking. And then we have like that whole the guy who fakes being a millionaire.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I've seen that. When I think of trash TV, I think of
Yeah.
programs like Geordie Shore.
Oh yeah, that's beautiful.
Uh,
Oh god, I love the fact that they found a
and
way to make Jersey Shore trashier.
yeah,
That's
and there's
yeah,
the and there's also Jersey Shore as well.
yeah.
The American
And
version.
that's like
Yeah,
fucking all time classic. But like
yeah,
Geordie Shore, do you have beaches? Do you have shores even? Do you have like who else has beaches in the UK? What is fucking overcast?
yeah, yeah.
Right.
We do have beaches in UK. They're not really
Yeah.
great, but
Yeah, but like
um,
I kid, of course, because
yeah,
I have been I've been to beaches in Scotland, and it's like yeah, that's
yeah,
an experiment experience. But going
yeah,
to the
yeah,
beach, it's nice weather. It's fucking overcast and it's like fucking 12 degrees
yeah,
Celsius out. I'm not going in the water. Then when you go to the beach and it's like rock.
yeah. It being overcast is what is typical for Scotland.
Yeah, and it's like I love Scotland though. I like
Yeah,
Edinburgh is like one of my favorite cities in the world. I even liked Glasgow and like there I saw someone to marry.
yeah.
Like
So
Stranger. It's the only place I've ever seen a stranger do heroin.
yeah. Speaking of that, in alphabetical order, here is the full cast of Dragon season 6. So number 1 is Auntie Heroin, Aurora Gosmic, Asia Consent, Desiree Dick, Grey Matter, Jaharia, Majesty, Pi, Silla, Severity Stone, Vivi the Force, and Yuri.
Okay, maybe Bubblegum Bob isn't such a bad thing.
No, it's not. Listen, when you look at some of these drag names, they are number 1 hilarious,
Yeah.
and 2 they're just out of this world. Some of the names that they
Yeah.
come up with.
Yeah,
So
they are like unhinged stuff. Like
yeah,
they are like in the best possible way.
yeah.
I think. What little
So
I've seen, like, but I don't know.
yeah,
I'm bad at following everything pretty much.
yeah,
I'm, I'm fairly shit at like most things.
yeah,
I'm bad at following things. I'm bad at following TV shows. I need to binge TV shows in order to watch them, and I hate binging TV shows because it makes me
yeah.
really
That,
fucking
yeah,
depressed.
that's what I have to do. Like if there's a TV show that I want to watch, I normally wait until like the first season is over, and then I just binge watch all of it because I can't be bothered to like
Yeah.
watch an episode every week. I can't be bothered. But yeah,
Binge
that's
watching the
the
first season of True Detective made me want to fucking die.
yeah.
That's the most depressing shit.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the cast for that. Which I need to catch up on the Blu-ray Brothers because I did what I watched season 1 to 4, but I need to catch up. Um,
Yeah.
this next one is all about Paralympian Dimitri Pavade, who came out as gay
Yeah.
at the recent
Who's
Paralympic
this person?
Paralympic long
Oh,
jumper.
it's a sports person.
Yeah. Dimitri Pavade has come out as gay after competing in the Paris 2024 Games. The
Oh
35-year-old
God, this.
French Paralympian, who finished fourth in the men's long jump T64 event on the 4th of September, came out in an Instagram post after competing in his event, stating that he was able to be an icon for people with disabilities. The athlete
Yeah.
explained that he also wanted to embrace his sexuality despite the judgments of society. In quotes, yes, I am small, mixed race, one-legged, and to top it off, gay. The person I am,
Weirdest
unlike
thing is that
others,
that's the way I came out as well.
yeah, the person I am, unlike others, never had a choice to make. So stop with your pitiful speeches and unreasonable judgments, because you will never change the world. Dimitri Pavade wrote in French on Instagram over the weekend. The most important thing in my eyes today is that people who matter to me love me for the person I am, and not for an image that I could have created in this overly judgmental society. Explaining that he hoped to give strength and courage to people in the closet and to high-level athletes who do not dare to live out in the open. And he makes a valid point because there are a lot of high-profile athletes, footballers,
Yeah.
etc., who are in the closet and they don't come out.
Yeah.
And if they did, right, because obviously of the platform that they have, if they did, it will be massive, but they don't.
I was going to just say some athlete now just as a joke, but I
Yeah,
genuinely couldn't because I couldn't fucking think of anyone. Like
yeah,
I'm bad at this.
yeah. Um, Disability is not meant to be hidden or ashamed of. It is the same for your sexual orientation. So embrace yourself as you are and remember that you are not
Yeah.
alone. Life is extremely
Yeah.
short and there are so many beautiful things are offered to us that we cannot deprive ourselves of, he wrote.
I gotta say, I gotta say, bold move to like put disability and sexuality in the same place. I get what it's doing. Like
Yeah,
that was cool. Like I like that. I'm genuinely like impressed that he fucking did that.
yeah.
Did not. You know, come on.
LGBTQ plus athletes at the Paris Paralympics are thought to have collectively won the most medals they ever have, with Team LGBTQ plus bringing in a total of 28 medals this year. If all of the queer athletes competed as Team LGBTQ plus, that's a casting name for a team, in the Paris Games, they would have come in at
Yeah.
11th place. As well as an impressive number of medals, Team LGBTQ Plus also brought plenty of beautiful queer moments to viewers, including a proposal. On the 2nd September, Paralympic triathlete Brenda Osnea Alvarez proposed to her partner and coach, Jesse Gonzalez. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Bold.
I
Uh,
wish Dimitri all the best, and it's certainly the bold move, but I feel that he felt it was the right time to do it.
yeah.
So yeah,
I would hope so. That's
yeah,
kind of weird that he did.
yeah,
Yeah, like it's like when you. I believe that when you get that, and I think that most people who have come on knows this. Like you get the pain, you get the pain. Like I'm going to say it to this person right now. Like you get that sensation, like you know that it's about to happen.
Yeah.
Happens to me all the time. And that's like, you should always just go with that, I think.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because
Yeah.
that's the only time that you will have the fucking guts to do
Yeah.
it. Otherwise, you will
And
be.
yeah, absolutely. And to everyone else out there who doesn't have this word gets overly used, the word privilege.
Yeah.
Or if you have the privilege of being able to come out in a supportive environment, then do that. But
Yeah.
only come out when you're ready to. Obviously, Dimitri Pavare obviously felt
Yeah.
comfortable enough to come out when he did, but that's not going to be the same for everyone else. So do bear that in mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Uh,
This one. Right. So the LGBT Alliance are trying to legally discriminate again. This is LGBT Alliance in Australia.
well, just
The acronym LAG is appropriate for the Lesbian Action Group based in Victoria. The group is linked to anti-trans group LGBT Alliance Australia. They are once again in the news trying to exclude transgender and bisexual women from their social events legally. During hearings in Melbourne last week, The Guardian reported LAG's efforts to have last year's decision by the Australian Human Rights Commission not allowing them to discriminate overturned. 7 members claim they need a legal exemption to hold public events for the advocacy and well-being of lesbian feminists. But first of all, you're
no,
not a
you don't.
feminist. First of all, you're not a feminist. You're not a feminist.
No, exactly. Like,
So for you
no.
to use that word is a bit of a fucking slap in the face.
Yeah.
In court, their lawyer compared their request to the exemption that allows the Peel Hotel to exclude heterosexuals. A lawyer for the Australian Human Rights Commission stated that the Peel Hotel's exemption is granted under Victorian state law to help gay men achieve equality. They also stated that the Lesbian Action Group's application is being used to discriminate against transgender women. LAG maintain that transgender women are men. In 2013, the Sex Discrimination Act was amended to protect all LGBTIQ plus people, including trans women and non-binary people, from unfair treatment. If LAG were to hold their events privately, they would not be subject to these laws. But they don't want to hold them privately. They want to do it in public space. We are seeking to discriminate. We are seeking to discriminate. LAG's counsel, Lee Howard, told the tribunal, "We female, and we'd like some rights, please. First of all, no, and yes, I'm probably going to get some hate from these Filipino women who say that I'm not a feminist. First of all, I'm a feminist. I'm just not your type of feminist who discriminates against your own community. So first of all, can we shut the fuck up? You're not a feminist. You just want to be able to discriminate against people just because you don't like the fact that, I don't know, they for example exist and always have done.
Yeah. Well,
Like, so
oh, I
can we?
read Butler poorly, so now I don't understand trans people. Like, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
And the thing that I always say is that they probably pass trans people on a daily basis. You know, it's like
Yeah.
you may have interacted with the trans person and you don't even know it. So how about
Oh,
shut
yeah,
the
they
fuck
definitely have. They have interacted with me. I go to all of their homes.
up? Yeah,
I eat their shit. Right?
yeah.
What? I
They
was
can,
going to say pets.
yeah. They continue to say there's nothing anti-trans about our application at all. Lie. Lags Carolan said, citing that young lesbian feminists, you're not a feminist, Also,
die tranny in
yeah,
bold is pretty
yeah,
random.
are so isolated they have no one else to talk to. Oh, so let me say that. So, citing that young lesbian feminists are so isolated they have no one else to talk to, and they don't know where to find the support. Well, that's a bit rich, considering.
If the shit,
Yeah, like so. Okay, so
like I don't know.
you want to cry wolf, but you have no problem in doing that to trans women who feel isolated and they have no one to talk to, or because you want to be transphobic. Just shut the fuck up. Seriously. The Lesbian Action Group's website directs people to multiple online events per month to connect. Former University of Melbourne professor of political science and lesbian feminist scholar Sheila Jeffries spoke to the tribunal from the UK. Here we go. When men claim to be women, a class of rights exists because women have existing human rights as women. Newsflash: trans women are included in the Equality Act, both here in the UK and in Australia. You can't discriminate.
Yeah.
It says that in your law. You say you're a professor. Well, you probably are political science. Well, you're not a very good one. This is just
But
another.
these people don't even know.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, it was the humanities.
Yeah,
But like, they never know the difference between like a legal term and a biological term.
yeah, yeah. She said she feared the 2013 amendments to the Sex Discrimination Act make the law an ass. A decision regarding this matter is expected to be announced by the end of the year. So I'm definitely going to make sure I keep a close eye on this. This is not the first time LAG has sought to lawfully discriminate against the Sex Discrimination Act. I mean, look at what happened recently with flipping Sal Grover. You know,
Yeah.
you know, she tried to do the same. She tried to do the same thing. In August 2023, the Australian Human Rights Commission rejected the application to hold a social event at the Victorian Pride Centre that excluded transgender and bisexual women. The Victorian Pride Centre is the home of our community support and health services, including Transgender Victoria. The event was declined as it was inconsistent with the Pride Centre's purpose. In their statement, the Victorian Pride Centre cited LAG sought to legally discriminate against people on the basis of their sex, sexuality, and gender. LAG applied for a temporary exemption from anti-discrimination laws for one event and a general exemption for 5 years. This application was rejected.
I just want to say to everyone watching at home, that wasn't snot. That was drugs that I just like. I like that. I didn't just wipe snot. That was like it was.
Yeah.
Like, it was a bit of speed that
Yeah.
got stuck. I'm going to be completely open about that because otherwise it looked like I just like played snot on myself.
Yeah.
But I just realized something that I'm going to need to do like that because like this is going to be fun. But yeah, keep going. I'm going to end. I have a really good end to this show.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, basically that was the whole article, and you know, LGBT and you know, lesbian action group are basically trying to discriminate against. That was the article. I will be keeping a close eye on this. But yeah, right. Let's move back. So the next one.
I would say I would be keeping a close eye on this, but nobody who listens to this is ever going to believe me when I say shit like that. So it's not very bothered.
Yeah. Right. This one takes place in Idaho. A judge partially halts Idaho's anti-trans care law. A federal judge Wednesday granted a partial injunction against Idaho's law prohibiting the use of public funds and facilities to provide gender-affirming care and certified a class of transgender inmates to challenge the law in court. The lawsuit, Robinson versus Labrador, was filed by two trans inmates, represented by the American Civil Liberties Union of Idaho and the National ACLU. To challenge House Bill 668, the lawsuit argues that the denial of gender-affirming care to incarcerated citizens is a violation of their Eighth Amendment rights, prohibiting cruel and unusual punishment. A federal judge in Boise narrowly ruled against the law and granted class action status to the plaintiffs. Plaintiffs have raised serious questions going to the merits of their claim. They have shown likely irreparable harm from enforcement of the Act, and the balance of equities and public interest weigh in the plaintiffs' favour. Chief U.S. District Court Judge David Sinai wrote in his 28-page opinion granting the injunction and certification, the injunction does not halt enforcement of the law entirely, but relates only to the provision of gender-affirming care to transgender inmates. No, I don't want to really sign up. Fuck off. We're thrilled that the judge recognized the real and unnecessary harm that Idaho's incarcerated people would suffer if suddenly cut off from their prescribed medication. Paul Carlos Southwick, legal director for ACLU of Idaho, said in a statement, "We are grateful that this class action lawsuit will protect the rights of both our plaintiffs and all incarcerated people diagnosed with gender dysphoria. People who are serving time have a right to access healthcare, adequate food, and housing conditions while in the state's care, and we are grateful those rights were upheld today." And
Good on him. He doesn't seem like a piece of shit.
yeah, I mean, I mean, this law was partially halted, so it's a little bit of a victory, but still got a long way to go, of course.
Fair.
I'm not a
Why?
plaintiff because I want some recognition. I'm doing it because it has to be done. Katie Heredia, the primary plaintiff, said, "We are just normal people who happen to be trans. We have medical conditions and deserve access to medical treatment. We really are human beings who just want to be treated like everybody else." Rose Mills, also a plaintiff, said in a statement, "This decision to ban public funding for gender-affirming healthcare was not people-led. It was just a few people who decided that, and the public needs to know." House Bill 668 was approved by legislators and sent to Republican Gov. Brad Little March 26th and signed the following day. It became effective July 1st. So yeah, I mean, this is the thing. I mean, just because you are incarcerated doesn't mean that your access to healthcare doesn't stop. And so I hope that whilst this law
There's
has
horror
been
stories of like people being pregnant and like dying.
yeah, exactly. Whilst this law has been partially blocked or halted, sorry, I hope that the judge, obviously goes all the way to actually stop it from happening. But obviously we are fully aware of the climate that is America. So we will just have to wait and see. Right, these last two are so no, this one this is gonna make it's either gonna make you laugh, which I think it might make me laugh. So, Moms for Liberty founder So who is? So let me get a name. Oh, what was her name?
We haven't heard from. Speaking of moms who are shitheads, we
Yeah,
haven't heard like Moms for Liberty is a shithead organization, right?
yeah.
It sounds shit organization. But like we haven't heard from that one like 1 million mom
No, we haven't.
in a while.
Yeah, we haven't. No.
And I want to be clear, that
So
is 1 million mom because it's only
yeah,
one.
yeah, exactly. So
I love
mums,
that. I love that she was the only person.
yeah. So Mums for Liberty founder Tiffany Justice. So I'll go back. So Mums for Liberty founder thankful for Trump's school transgender life. So I'll give context. So on Saturday afternoon, Donald Trump held a rally in Mosini, Wisconsin, where he repeated a claim he first made at an event hosted by the anti-trans school board group Moms for Liberty, that youth were being given sex change operations at school and sent home as a different gender. Now, when I first read that, I would burst out laughing because it's fucking stupid.
No. What did I miss? Did I mishear you or something? Did you actually say what I think you said?
I'll repeat
That's the
it.
dumbest. Yeah,
Yeah.
please.
Donald Trump held a rally in Mosini, Wisconsin, where he repeated a claim he first made at an event hosted by the anti-trans school board Moms for Liberty,
Yeah.
that youth were being given sex change operations at school and sent home as a different gender.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Fuck yes. I love this. What the fuck?
Yeah. This claim is
Yeah.
entirely
No.
yeah. This claim is entirely false. Schools do not
Oh, you
have
don't say.
schools do not have the resources, doctors, or legal authority to provide medical gender affirming care, much less surgeries. When asked about the claim, Moms for Liberty founder Tiffany Justice acknowledged acknowledged that it was a lie. But then she then
Oh yeah.
said she was thankful to Trump for spreading it.
Yeah. Yeah. This is a lie, and I'm thankful for you for spreading my lie.
Yeah,
Yeah. Sounds a bit weird. Sounds a bit
yeah,
sus. Sounds a bit sussy wussy.
yeah,
To speak the hip new lingo.
yeah,
Yeah, that's the dumbest shit I've ever. That's like
yeah,
darkness.
yeah. Like I said,
Uh,
when I
I'm
first read
I'm
that, I just burst out laughing.
I think I'm having another stroke. I can barely speak. What the
Yeah,
fuck was that?
I don't know.
Oh my god, that's the funniest shit I've ever heard.
Trump,
This takes the cake
yeah,
of you like watching Just Be Demented, but Demented in French.
yeah,
This is funnier.
yeah. Trump at the rally,
That opening, by the way,
yeah,
quick aside, just the opening to last week's episode of you just straight away because I didn't know that you had that you started recording at that point. I thought that you because later I say that we didn't
yeah,
record that part, but you did. And the first thing you say is like, I saw it in French, and then it just cut to me silent, just staring like
yeah,
what?
yeah,
It's just like reboots. Is are we talking about the same film now? I don't know.
yeah,
And it's the
yeah,
yeah, that's the best. But yeah, I just came to think
yeah.
of it. Go.
Trump at the rally spoke on transgender issues, claiming that Kamala. First of all, Trump speaking on transgender issues is funny in itself, but he doesn't know what the fuck he's saying. Claiming that Kamala
Yeah.
Harris supports states being able to take minor children and perform sex change operations, take them away from their parents, perform sex change operations. So he just repeated that line twice and send them back home.
Oh yeah, he does that a lot.
Yeah, can you
If you ever
imagine?
want, like, if
Yeah,
you want to see someone who does a great like Trump written speech pattern, based Gizmo. on Twitter. They do it sometimes.
Yeah,
And they're really fucking good. Also good if you want films, watch films. But
yeah.
yeah.
Can you imagine
But
you're a parent and your son leaves the house, and you say, "Jimmy, I love you I love you so much. Go have a good day in school," and your son comes back with a brutal operation? Question mark. Can you even
I,
imagine this? Question mark. What the hell is wrong with our country? Trump, there's nothing wrong with our country. The only thing
yes,
wrong in it
yes,
is you.
wonderful. I love his fucking speech pattern. Who
Yeah,
speaks like that? Who talks like that? But
yeah,
like, can I imagine that? Yeah, it would be the best day of my fucking life. I would be like,
yeah,
yes, I don't have a son. Finally.
yeah,
I was so scared. Like when it wasn't like entirely clear if I was ever getting children, I'm not. But like when it was like a slight chance, I was just like, fuck's sake, don't let it be a boy.
yeah, yeah,
Because like with my luck, they're going to just go out and play football and rape people.
yeah, yeah. Um,
My view of
s-
masculinity is
yeah.
weird.
This is not the first time Trump has made these claims. A week ago, while speaking with Tiffany Justice at March for Liberty conference, Trump spoke for about 20 minutes on transgender issues, attacking
I
cisgender,
refuse that.
yeah,
That can't be a
atta
fucking name.
yeah, attacking cisgender Olympic athlete Iman Khalif, and falsely claiming that she had transitioned. During the same speech, he repeated the assertion that people are being given operations in schools and sent home as a different gender. Was okay, whatever. The claim
Yeah.
appears to be a talking point that Trump is determined to stick with, despite its easy debunking. Transgender youth cannot receive operations in school. These institutions lack the
No
medical
shit.
facilities, yeah, specialized doctors, and legal authority required for such procedures. Moreover, many US schools are understaffed and lack sufficient numbers of school nurses and counselors. To adequately support their student populations, with 21% not having a registered nurse on staff at all, multiple fact checks have confirmed the claim is false. And even Tiffany herself has acknowledged that it is a lie. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's a
And it's,
that's the complete fuckery that has gone off.
that's like me saying because this was by the way my lie today. Because Gandalf the Gay said, "Oh, another fun fact about Lord of the Rings films. Here's a scene. The scene where the Uruk-hai of Isengard are making the weapons. Those are the actual people who were made the actual made the actual weaponry for the Uruk-hai for the film in makeup, actually making the weapons. Like they didn't know how else to get that shot. So it's basically like what we see in the film is them making the weapons for real."
Yeah,
And I said, "Oh, I have a fun fact follow up for the same scene. If you pause the film at just the right moment, you will notice that one of the Uruk-hai isn't an Uruk-hai at all, but rather one of the aliens from Peter Jackson's debut, Future Bad Taste. It's a hard catch, but trust me, it's there. It's not. Like that's just a fucking lie."
yeah,
And I thought it was such an obvious lie when I posted it because I had just woken up. Like this was like 5 o'clock in the morning. I had just read your fucking I just
yeah,
read like your because you emailed me at a very interesting time tonight.
yeah,
I laughed when I saw it because it was also like sorry about the ungodly hour. But yeah, uh
yeah,
like and I thought it was so clear, and then I reread it and just this sounds like a true fact.
yeah, yeah.
So I wanted to
Yeah.
come up on the IMDb page for trivia.
Yeah. Uh, currently,
Sorry.
gender affirming care for transgender youth is banned in roughly half of US states. While most of the remaining states have moved to protect access, even in those states, however, transgender individuals often wait years to access surgeries, which require multiple letters of recommendation and often come with expensive medical bills that are inconsistently covered by insurance. A very small number of these surgeries are performed on older transgender youth, typically those aged 16 to 18. In the UK, it's like you have to be 18 or over, and mostly consist of top surgeries. In such cases, youth
Yeah.
must obtain parental permission and usually face stringent approval criteria, such as older teenage transgender boys stable in their gender identity who find binding uncomfortable over long time periods. In all cases, care is provided through accredited US facilities and medical practitioners, not through schools, and certainly not without your parental consent. Comes from, yeah. Nevertheless, lies about gender affirming care continue to spread through far right social media networks, often becoming rally cries for future anti trans legislation. The infamous litter boxes in classroom hoax, for example, still get cited as a justification for passing anti trans law. It's rare for leaders of anti-trans organizations to admit they know they're spreading falsehoods. By doing so, justice inadvertently exposes a broader strategy shared by many anti-transgender groups. Their policies targeting transgender people are not driven by facts, well, we already know this, but are instead propped up by deliberate fabrications. Yeah, well, that's because Tiffany Justice has no
Yeah.
brain. She wants to become the
Yeah.
next fucking Marjorie Taylor Greene or fucking bobblehead.
Which is like, imagine that being your fucking goal.
Yeah.
Imagine that being like, hey, I want to be like the worst people alive. Yeah,
Listen. Yeah.
congratulations, you are.
Yeah. Listen. Listen. I
I want
have
to be the new
trouble.
Hitler.
Yeah. I have. I have. I have trouble knowing what fucking day it is because they all fucking merged together. Like for fuck's sake,
Yeah.
get a life. Oh wait a minute, there's another one.
Yeah.
Right, the last one. And then obviously, like
Is
I
this
said,
funny?
no, the funny one was the one with Trump and most
Oh yeah, yeah. It
ludicrous.
just was like
But as I
he
said,
is a funny fucker. I've been saying that for a long time though.
yeah,
Like Trump is genuinely funny.
yeah, he is. But
But I
as
think that's
I,
kind of like I would do the same kind of rallies.
yeah,
If I was-
oh yeah.
yeah.
But so as I said earlier, at the start, next week we will be doing something else to take a break. So I just want to, so
Yeah, I have an idea for a
um,
topic actually.
right. So more than 160 Democrats urged the Supreme Court to support transgender people's right to healthcare. So more than 160 members of Congress have filed a brief with the US Supreme Court in support of defending transgender rights in America. The case US versus Schimetti, set to be heard this fall, will determine the legality of Tennessee's ban on gender-affirming healthcare for transgender minors. This marks the first time the High Court will address the constitutionality of such a ban, and its decision could have far-reaching implications for transgender rights across the United States. A coalition of Democratic lawmakers led by Wisconsin, U.S. Rep. Mark Pocan, Massachusetts U.S. Senator Ed Markey, and Oregon U.S. Senator Jeff Merkley filed an amicus brief Tuesday urging the Supreme Court to strike down SB 1. The brief, joined by 11 senators and 153 representatives, argues that the law violates the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment. The brief highlights SB 1's discriminatory nature, stating that it singles out transgender youth for unequal treatment and is not based on sound medical evidence or practice. Decisions about healthcare belong to patients, their doctors, and their families, not politicians. Hogan said, the law at issue in this case is motivated by animus towards the trans community and is part of a coordinated attack on trans rights. Like, I don't like, I appreciate that if this is all factually true, whereas I tend to, whenever I read an article, I always take it with a grain of salt. If this is to be accurate, then I fully appreciate their support. However, given the current climate, I'm not. I mean, I hope it goes through, but we will never know.
Okay.
The case before the Supreme Court seeks a review of a decision made by the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Sixth Circuit. Initially, this district court judge in Tennessee had granted a preliminary injunction, temporarily blocking the enforcement of Senate Bill 1 while legal changes were ongoing. However, last September, a three-judge panel from the Sixth Circuit lifted this injunction, allowing Tennessee to enforce the ban. The plaintiffs in U.S. v. Scametti are now asking the Supreme Court to review the Sixth Circuit decision to lift the injunction, arguing that it undermines constitutional protections and unlawfully discriminates against transgender people. So,
Why
yeah,
surprise?
yeah. So, um, the debate over gender affirming care affects a significant number of young people. According to the Williams Institute, there are more than 300,000 high school aged transgender youth in the United States today, many of whom require gender affirming care. About 39.4% or 118,300 trans youth aged 13 to 17 live in the 26 states that have passed bans on gender affirming care. The brief also emphasizes the deeply troubling role that animosity towards transgender people has played in the enactment of state legislation, like SB 1. It notes that many laws targeting transgender individuals have been driven by misinformation and disinformation and prejudice rather than sound medical advice. The brief urges the justices to be skeptical of legislation that bans safe and effective therapies that align with the standard of care and to examine the discriminatory intent behind such laws. I'm just skipping a few. For years, far-right Republicans have been leading constant, relentless, and escalating attacks on transgender Americans. Markey said in a statement, their age-old discriminatory playbook now threatens access to life-saving gender-affirming care for more than 100,000 transgender and non-binary children living in states with these bans. If the Supreme Court upholds laws like Tennessee's, so yeah, basically,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Democrats want the Supreme Court to support transgender people's rights to healthcare, which they have a right to that anyway, regardless of
Yeah.
the law being banned or not. That's going against their amendment rights anyway. But because they're so fucking stupid and dumb, you know, it's like a fucking circus.
Yeah.
But yeah,
No, they are.
yeah,
Fucking hypocritical. Why can't people be consistent? This is all I
yeah,
ask, but I don't. I literally never ask people to be like good people because
no,
genuinely, how the fuck could I make that statement towards someone else?
yeah, exactly.
I'm just sitting here showing cleavage, as you know. Fucking
Yeah,
perverts at home. I'm
yeah,
going to, but like, yeah, I came to think of something because you kind of hinted at biology prior,
yeah,
and I remembered something really, really funny. So, was that the final story?
yeah. That was it. Yeah,
Yeah, time for Max's soapbox was quick because I just remembered something really funny. Toren,
yes,
you know fish. What is a fish? Do you know? Like, do you wanna go? Like, where does a fish live? Would you say?
in the sea.
Yeah, one would think so, right? First and foremost, fish doesn't exist. Like as a taxonom as an animal group thing term,
Yeah,
there actually are no such thing as fish, because like the difference between different fish are so fucking great, and there are so fucking many variations. Like here's what all fish have in common: brain, brain case, teeth, sensory organs. Notice what wasn't in there. Here's what most fish have in common. Most fish are vertebrate, which means that some aren't. For
Yeah.
what? Most fish breathe through the gills. But then we have the lungfish, who
Yeah.
breathe through its lungs. Most fish have paired limbs, like fins, that like help with locomotion. But then we have I do not know what that was called. I did my shit handwriting. This is what most have in common: like breathe through the gills, paired limbs, unable to regulate heat. Most of them are, but then like tuna is warm-blooded. Scales, most of them are. Live in water. That's on most.
Yeah.
Most fish live in water. Not all of them, most fish. But then we have the mud skip, who for some reason doesn't. So, why I'm doing this? Next time I get the question, what is a woman? I'm just going to ask what's a fish?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's basically what I'm going to do now for the coming days. I'm going to go around like ask transphobe what's a fish. And if they can't answer it, I'm going to link to a really, really long re-edit version of like,
Yeah.
I'm about to re-edit a version of what is a woman, I think. I'm going to do that, and every time they say woman, I'm going to say fish.
Yep. Why not do it?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
It's not like, did you? I don't know. That's 90 minutes of my life.
Yeah. Yeah.
How long would that take? How long have I been editing the episode of this show? Like 5 weeks.
Yeah.
That's coming, by the way. I
Yeah.
kind of like sort of died all of a sudden. Like
Yeah.
I haven't done it in a few weeks, though. I'm going to say I am doing it though. It's fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
I try to keep like the general tone, but I just
Yeah.
take out the weird.
Yeah. It's like I bought I have um Audible on my phone. So what I
Oh yeah.
did is I bought um I bought Invisible Monsters on audiobook.
Yes. Nice.
So
What,
so
have you gotten into this? Have you started it?
not as of yet. I'm gonna
Because I'm dying to know how that is as an audiobook.
yeah. I mean
I've only read it. I've read it like 3 times.
the audiobook is 5 hours and 56 minutes long. So
yeah, it's not. It's
yeah,
really not a long.
yeah.
It's really not a long
So I'm
book.
gonna
Um,
start it for
it's,
probably tomorrow. And
it's one of the 5 invisible monsters I own. I don't know why I have so many of this fucking book, but this is the remixed version. And I'm going to be talking about that when we do like the. It's interesting, but you shouldn't read that first. Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing what you think of it, because it's one of my favorite books of all time, and I know you can also like fucking detest it. Like,
yeah,
if you're not with it, I think you kind of hate it automatically, and that's fine. Like, it happens.
yeah. I should between now and next week. I should have got through it all because I'll just have it playing while I'm doing something else. Because I was gonna
I
buy
can,
it.
I can.
Yeah, I was gonna buy it in book form, but
Hmm.
I mean, I can read books, but me having it on audiobook is probably better because then I'm not having to physically read the book because that would take me ages.
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah.
so
A tip: just jot down your favorite quotes from it, because it's a quote machine. Um, like he does the whole thing. Like, have you seen Fight Club?
Fight Club, yes.
yeah, it has this like the repetition thing. That's a thing that he does also in choruses. So like if something sticks out, just jot it down, and it's probably going to come back, and it gets like to some really fucking funny places sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to fucking reread this in a week then. Oh, I can pick another book to talk about as well.
Yeah, like I say,
we shouldn't plan this right here. Oh.
Yeah, it's like what I'm gonna do, because obviously I'm gonna whatever book you recommend, because obviously, you know, there'll be books that you know of that I don't particularly know of. Like, for instance, I heard about Invisible Monsters some years back, but it's not until you actually brought it up again that it jogged a memory. So yeah, if there's any more books that you know of, you know, obviously let me know, and I'll see if they're on Audible, and if they are, I'll just like buy them and listen to them. So yeah,
I'll check out my bookcase.
Yeah,
like shit are still like down in boxes, but
yeah,
I need to get some up because like boyfriend is studying again, and he needs some course literature, and I happen to have like a lot of that for some reason.
yeah.
Like a lot of the books, he's reading English literature, like he's
Oh,
studying
cool.
English lit, and like a lot of the shit that he's reading is just shit that I have.
Yeah,
Um,
I used to read oh, what was it called? What was it? Mice and Men.
I have never read that.
It Mice and Men.
Like,
Essentially,
it's probably great, but
yeah. Let me bring up the synopsis because I might have got it
yeah,
wrong. But I think Mice and Men
I
centered
know the ending.
on,
Like, I was only petting.
yeah, mice of Mice and Men. No, I don't want to give you two.
I'm looking for them.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a certain book.
I'll read you the plot. So during the Great Depression in California, two migrant field workers, George Milton, an intelligent but uneducated man, and Lenny Small, a bulky, strong but mentally disabled man, are on their way from Soledad to another part of the state. They share a dream of settling down on their own piece of land. Lenny's part of the dream is merely to care for and pet rabbits. He loves touching soft animals, although he always accidentally kills them by petting them too hard. George constantly retells the dream, which is one of Lenny's favorite stories. They fled from a reed after Lenny grabbed a young woman's skirt because he thought it was pretty. He will not let go because he holds on tighter when stressed. This led to
Okay.
an accusation of rape. Throughout the introduction, it becomes clear that Lenny relies on George because he is unable to function independently. After they are hired out, Curly, the boss's small aggressive son, confronts the pair. Curly, who has a Napoleon complex, dislikes larger men. He targets Lenny. Lenny is instantly attracted to Curly's flirtatious and provocative wife, which also poses a problem in contrast. The pair meets Candy, an elderly ranch handyman, with one hand and a loyal dog, and a slim and intelligent and gentle Jerkline Skinner, whose dog has recently had a litter of puppies. Slim gives puppies to Lenny and Candy, whose loyal accomplished sheepdog was put down by fellow ranch hand Colson. Um, In spite of problems, their dream leaps towards reality when Candy offers to pitch in $350 toward the purchase of a farm in return for permission to live with them. So yeah, I remember reading this at school as part of my English literature, and it's
Yeah.
and it's a good book.
Yeah, it sounds like it. I'm currently like I'm like I'm always rereading this one. Like I genuinely am. Like this is like constantly being reread by me. But then I'm reading Junior Ito for the first time. Like I've gotten big into comics again. Like I bought a bunch of comics and I've gotten, and yeah, I'm calling it a comic. I'm not calling it a manga because I'm not a virgin. It's a fucking comic.
Yeah.
But like this is actually scary. Like this actually frightened me, which is weird. But it's great. And then I'm also like this. Do you know Clive Barker?
Clyde Barker. That name
Clive
rings a bell.
Barker, he wrote The Hellbound Heart, and also directed the movie adaptation of The Hellbound Heart, which is more famous, Hellraiser. It's the guy behind Hellraiser,
Oh yeah.
like the Pinhead and stuff. Yeah, and this book, this fucking book, it's a sequel to like it's a sequel to Hellraiser, but it's also a parody of it. And the entire plot is about Pinhead hating being called Pinhead. And there's a bunch of like
Yeah.
bits in hell where he just goes around and is angry because they call him Pinhead. This is the funniest shit ever. And it's also a gay man from like because Clive Barker is gay. And but he's the like old school kind of gay. And he's trying to like cater a bit, I think, to the young gays, like to the queers in the audience. Are there any queers in the audience? Sorry, I'm a huge Pink Floyd fan. But like uh, and also Pinhead is a dude in this, which is weird because like in the first book, Pinhead is clearly a female.
Yeah.
Like but yeah, it's funny as fuck. Like it's, and I'm going to like recommend Clive Barker in general. Cabal is one of the most beautiful books ever written. He has the best. I've never read anyone who has the same understanding of just language as he does. His prose are so beautiful. At points, you get angry because that should sound like pretentious as fuck, but why does it work here?
Yeah.
Because he's just a master. He's the greatest. He's like, imagine if Stephen King could write.
Yeah. Yeah. I've just added that book to my Audible wish list.
Yeah.
So
The Scarlet Gospel of the Hellbound Heart.
yeah. Um
Yeah.
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 But yeah.
It,
So
yeah.
so on next week's episode we will more than likely no, we will be discussing the I forgot what it's fucking called again.
No,
Invisible Monsters.
Invisible Monsters. Yeah, we're going to
Um
be discussing Invisible
we'll
Monsters.
yeah,
I have
we'll do
a.
a
I
review.
also have a list. I
Yeah.
also have a list that I'm doing. I have. I have a list of where transphobic pieces of shit who I think will be dead within 10 years. I'm kind of doing it. So we'll see if I'll write through that. It's not like threats. I'm going to be clear about that. It's not me threatening
Yeah.
them. It's just me hoping.
Yeah.
And I might just read through it. It's 10 people. Well, you'll get it next week.
Yeah. Um
Yeah.
but yeah, so again, for the sake of repeat myself, starting from now, there's going to be a new format. So once a week we'll cover topics like we have done, and then once a week we'll cover book
Else.
reviews, movie reviews,
Philosophy.
if there's another film surrounding LGBTQ plus, and so on, just to break up so that we're not negatively
Yeah.
affecting our mental health. So do make sure
Yeah. I
to
think it will be good.
subscribe to our YouTube channel and of course wherever
Yeah.
you listen to your podcasts. Follow us on Twitter as well. Um,
Yeah. It's funny as fuck.
follow the Creative Gossip podcast on Twitter as well. I'll put all the links down below. Um, so yeah. Also either will it be next week either next Thursday or the week after. I won't be wearing these anymore because I'll have contact lenses.
Oh, cool.
So
I need to get new contact lenses because like oh god, there was a time when I didn't have glasses in this.
yeah,
It was so much fun. Yeah.
so
Also,
yeah,
like
so yeah, if I look
yeah.
different next week or the week after, then you'll know why. But yeah, that'll be it.
If I look
'Cause
different, if I look different next week, it'll only be because I have like dropped the act and you all figured out that I am actually in reality a dude.
yeah, uh, yeah. So um, I'm gonna let Max get off.
I'm a fish. Yeah,
yeah,
I'm fucking
yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna let
knackered.
Max get off. I'm gonna do
Yeah.
myself something to eat and get another cuppa and get this up as quickly as I can. Again, just to let you know
What's
that
great
the
about
YouTube,
this is that my bed is there.
yeah,
It's like 2 steps there.
yeah, the YouTube video will be up at 12 p.m. UK time tomorrow. Um, so but I'll get it up as soon as I can. But yeah, that'll be it. So enjoy your weekend, have fun, and we'll see you next week.
And don't do fish.
Yeah, don't do fish. Yeah. Right.
I actually, I do those every fucking time, and I never plan them out, and they're never good, and I still like it.
Yeah, yeah. Right.